You'd be forgiven if you completely forgot that I existed. It's been a while. I had a lot of exams to do for uni, and it kind of got in the way of us. I'm sorry, and I won't let it happen again. Today, I thought I would do a follow-up video to a video I made over a year ago now that is talking about how much money my most viewed YouTube video made me. Now, money and YouTube, I don't want to say it's a controversial topic, but it is definitely a bit of a taboo. And it's a taboo for a bunch of different reasons. A lot of people don't like talking about money, and that's completely fair. There is also a bit of a debate online about YouTubers and financial privacy. A lot of people feel like YouTubers owe it to their audience to talk about how much money they make. I personally am not in this camp. I don't think you owe it to anyone to talk about how much money you make, but I do also love a little bit of money talk. I'm very nosy in that way. And also I feel like within creative industries, there does need to be some kind of transparency because it is very well known that a lot of creative people are routinely underpaid for their work. Whilst this video isn't really going to be helping anyone work out how much they should charge for an art commission, I do think that it is beneficial and interesting as an audience member to understand how people make money on this platform and how certain factors can impact how much money people can make. A very necessary disclaimer before moving forward though, this video is not made to brag in any way. It is not made to make anyone else feel worse about how much they get for their job. I really don't want to come across as a bit of an egotistical person kind of flashing their cash. It's just that a lot of people over the course of my YouTube lifetime have asked me how much YouTubers make, and they've asked me how YouTubers make money, and so I just figured it might be nice to just give people that information. But before we get into it, I just want to very quickly talk about balls. Thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this part of today's video. You know, I was just thinking the other day, something I don't talk about enough on my channel is balls. And so I decided to team up with my best mate Manscaped to tell you a little bit about how you can improve yours. The big V-Day is coming up, alright? Valentine's Day. And whether you have balls or you need to give a gift to someone who has them, I've got the perfect present. The Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. It's an all-in-one grooming kit designed specifically for your favourite bald person. The first thing you need to know about is the Lawnmower 4.0. It's a cordless, waterproof body trimmer. It's great for beard maintenance if you're one of the people lucky enough to grow one. But with its advanced skin-safe technology, it's also perfect for the below-the-waist grooming. The Performance Package also has the all-important Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, an anti-chafing clear gel deodorant formulated exclusively to stop those little bundles of joy from sweating, smelling, and sticking. I think that's very important if you're trying to get down and fruity with it on Valentine's Day. And it also has a crop reviver ball toner spray. The Manscaped Performance Package also has the Weed Whacker, which is an ear and nose hair trimmer. They also have the Shears 2.0, which is a luxury 4-piece stainless steel nail kit. I need to have a conversation with some of you about how nasty you've allowed your nails to get. A little bit of nail maintenance, it really does go a long way. Plus, for a limited time, when you buy the Performance Package 4.0, you get 2 free gifts. You get the Shed travel bag, and you get the Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs. If you want to make this Valentine's Day extra special and get a gift that you'll both love, or maybe there's more than 2 of you. I don't know how you plan on spending your Valentine's Day. Go to manscaped.com and use my code Ellbat to get 20% off, plus free international shipping, plus 2 free gifts. Thank you very much to Manscaped for sponsoring this part of today's video. So before I get into talking about how much each video made, I want to very quickly go over how YouTubers make money and the main factors that impact how much a video can make. YouTubers make money via something called a CPM, which is cost per mil, and it's the amount that advertisers pay to advertise per 1,000 views on your video. The average CPM is between $2 and $5, but there are niches on YouTube that get way higher CPMs than that. We'll talk about them in a bit more detail later. The most important thing to know is that YouTubers do not actually get the entirety of the cost that advertisers pay to advertise. YouTube takes 45% of any money that YouTubers make on the site. And this is where something called RPM comes in. Now, RPM is revenue per mil, and it's the amount of revenue that YouTubers directly make from ads. So roughly your RPM is about 55% of your CPM. Now, websites like Social Blade use the average CPM, so between $2 and $5, to work out roughly how much a channel makes based purely on their views. But the reason that this isn't really an accurate representation of how much YouTubers make is because there are so many different factors that impact a CPM. The niche or type of content of the video, the geographical location of the audience, the length of the video, and even the time of year that the video was posted can all have a massive impact on how much a video can make. Different content categories on YouTube have different CPMs. A vlogging channel will generally have a different CPM to a commentary channel or a gaming channel. And this is due to how much advertisers are willing to pay to advertise to an audience interested in this specific content. It's quite notorious on YouTube that finance channels have the highest CPMs humanly possible, more so than family channels apparently, which is pretty mad when you think about it. I heard a rumor through a grapevine, not through the grapevine, through a single non-specific grapevine, that there are some finance channels that have CPMs as high as $50, which is like 10 times the high end of average. The last time I talked about this, I made a joke that I was going to make a video about stocks because who wouldn't want to cash in on a $50 CPM? And I actually did do it. But unfortunately for me, it turns out none of you like finance videos, and it is the worst performing video on my channel, by far. So there goes my dreams of a $50 CPM. Other things that can make a huge difference in terms of how much money a creator makes on a video is the geographical location of the audience. Advertisers are willing to pay a lot more to advertise to Americans. I'm not 100% sure why this is, maybe just because they think that America's the global hub of capitalism and therefore Americans will buy anything. I'm not sure, but it is what it is. If your video is over 8 minutes long, you're eligible for multiple ads. And this means that you can make significantly more money than if you didn't have a video over 8 minutes. I do feel really bad for channels that have content like animation, where it's virtually impossible to make a video that long unless you work on it for 2 years. So do make sure that if you are watching a video that's under 8 minutes and you really love the creator, you do everything you can to boost their engagement, because they are getting paid significantly less than other creators just purely because their content is more short form. The final thing I mentioned is the time of year. It's pretty well known on this platform that December CPM is some of the juiciest, thickest CPM on the market. This is because advertisers know that people are looking for presents, they're looking for gifts, so they'll put a lot more money into advertising in December because the audience is more open to advertising suggestions for gifts. That obviously does mean that there are other months where CPM is much lower. And these are things that the creator kind of just has to accept. There is nothing that a creator can do if their most viewed video happens to get uploaded in a month that has lower CPM. It's you kind of have to just suck it up. Those are the most important things I think that can impact how much a YouTuber can make on a video. If you have any questions about any of that kind of technical stuff, let me know down below and I'll do my best to answer. Remember, I am not, by any means, a YouTube guru. I have no clue what I'm doing nearly all of the time, so there may be things I don't know. If someone in the comments knows more than me, please do correct me. And now I'm going to talk about the reason you actually clicked on the video. I'm going to talk about how much my 3 most popular YouTube videos made, and I'm going to use them as examples to show how the factors that I just talked about can massively impact how much a video makes. My 3 most popular videos are all different niches. They are a video where I didn't wash my hair, a video about feet, and a video about a diet. These are 3 very different content categories that mean that ultimately they're gonna have quite different CPMs. So I'm gonna show you this. All of the money I'm gonna be talking about that's generated from these following videos is RPM, which means that it is the revenue left after YouTube takes its 45%. So the last time I talked about my hair video, it had 4.2 million views, and those 4.2 million views generated me $10,209 of revenue, or £7,610. I talked about how this was a huge amount of money for me because it was more money in one video than I had made in the entirety of making videos the year before, so it was pretty incredible. Since then, the hair video has generated an additional 3 million views and has reached 7.2 million total views. So the 7.2 million views generated $31,877 of revenue, or £23,706. This means that the additional 3 million generated $21,668 of revenue, or £16,154. Now, when you compare this, the original 4.2 million views generated less than half the amount of revenue of the additional 3 million views it has generated, meaning that the CPM at some point along the way was massively increased. This shows that even across the lifetime of a single video, CPM can alter dramatically between months or years even. Now let's move on to my second most popular video. This video is actually my IU diet video, and it was made over 4 years ago now. It was one of my first YouTube videos, and to date that video has generated over 4.7 million views. Now this is where you're going to start seeing the difference in terms of content and CPMs. From those 4.7 million views, the video generated $7,561 of revenue, or £5,637. This video has 500,000 more views than my hair video did when I initially talked about how much money it made, but it made just under $3,000 less. Now there could be a couple of reasons for this. Maybe the advertisers that want to advertise on diet content pay less than the advertisers who want to advertise on hair content. It could also be that because the video was posted over 4 years ago, maybe YouTube just didn't have as many advertisers then. The site was smaller, it's grown a lot in 4 years, so maybe the average CPM now is much higher because YouTube has grown as a company. So maybe I just got paid less because it was 4 years ago. We can't make any definitive conclusions, but I think it's a good example of demonstrating how views really just aren't that good at judging how much a person makes. Now my third most popular video is my I tried selling feet pictures for a week video, which is the first of a trilogy of videos I made about feet. That never gets less weird saying that. So if you want to fall down a little feet rabbit hole, if you want to, dip your toe in, I'll leave a link down below. So to date, this video has garnered 1.9 million views, and those 1.9 million views have generated $6,337 of revenue, or £4,725. This video has 2.8 million views less than the IU diet video, but it only made $1,000 less. So a 2.8 million view difference was only equivalent to $1,000 in revenue. When you compare this to the original 4.2 million views my hair video had and the subsequent revenue, you can see that the feet video has less than half the views, but it has more than half the revenue. So the conclusions that I'm drawing for this is that YouTube really has a thing for feet. And that's about it. Obviously, I am aware that this is an astronomical amount of money, especially in reference to the hair video. I have never even come close to making that amount with any other video on my channel, and this video really was life-changing for me. It started to do really well at a time when my channel was basically dying, and I was not really even making enough to pay rent. That video changed everything. It's not lost on me that I am incredibly privileged. I know that I'm in an incredibly fortunate position, and I do everything I can to repay that generosity that has been bestowed upon me by the universe, by you guys, by Susan. God bless you, Susan. I love you in a platonic way. Think she's married. We do monthly charity streams on Twitch, and over the month of December we raise money for a charity and also for people in our community who are in need for whatever reason. I am trying to repay the kindness. I am very grateful, and I'm fully aware of the position of privilege that I'm in. I hope this video was educational, or at least gave you some interesting insight into YouTubers, how they make money, and the factors that impact that. If it wasn't, sorry, I guess. If you want to catch a stream over on Twitch, I'm Ellbat over there. It'd be a pleasure to have you. If you've got any more questions about YouTube revenue, things that impact it, or general questions about being a YouTuber and trying to do that as a job, please do let me know in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer as many as I can. All my links to my socials are down below, including my Instagram. If you want to check out a sustainable and ethical clothing brand, YDYB is linked down below. You'd think I'd be having a bath with all this plugging. Other than that, remember to drink some water, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. If you want to, I don't know, maybe you're just in a bad mood. As always, give my kisses to your mother.